Welcome to the third lecture of CSS Foundations section. So this is about inspecting HTML and CSS. Let me take my markdown, clearing the markdown and adding the new one. So introduction, let's go full screen. Being able to inspect and debug your HTML and CSS is critical to front-end development. This lesson will take us through the Chrome Dev Tools, which allow you to see detailed information about your elements and CSS rules, as well as assist you in finding and fixing problems in your code. So from about your elements, Chrome Dev Tools, let me keep up till that and remove the rest. So the lesson overview, what are you going to learn? You will know how to access the element inspector. You will know how to select and inspect specific elements, and you will know how to test your HTML and CSS in the inspector. The inspector. To open up the inspector, you can right click on any element of a web page and click inspect. So right click, and this is the last one, inspect, or press F12. So we can also press F12. F12. So this is docked at the bottom. So there is an element, there are multiple consoles, and there is element. Okay. Go ahead and do that right now to see the HTML and CSS used on this page. So we can see there is a div, you can see divs, body, HTML, everything is there on this page. Don't get overwhelmed with all the tools that you are now seeing. There is also styles here. So we have seen background color, top, right, bottom, position, text rendering, overflow, all these properties. Don't get overwhelmed with all the tools you are seeing. For this lesson, we want to focus on elements and styles panel. So elements and styles panel, these two panels, these two panes. Inspecting elements. In the elements pane, you can see the entire HTML structure of your page. You can click on any of the elements in this pane to select that specific element. Alternatively, you can click the blue highlighted icon shown below on the left and hover over any element on the page. So we can also use this blue. So we can hover over any particular, if we hover, that particular element shows up. So we can see that particular element. Yeah. So this shows, and it also has more details over this. IMG, accessibility, and P, so it has color, font, margin, accessibility, contrast, name, contrast is good, so green, name, role. So all the details about this P tag. Nice. So in this image, we can see more example of this. We can go through. When an element is selected, let me deselect that. When an element is selected, the styles tab will show all the currently applied styles as well as any styles that are being overwritten indicated by a strike through on the text. For example, if you use the instructor to click on your career in web development starts here header, on the top home page on the right hand side, you will see all the styles that are currently affecting the element as seen below. So let me just try this on this P tag. So you can see this is the font size, there is a margin, and this is also the font size 16 on the body is overridden by font size of 18 in the inherited from the particular style sheet this of Chrome. Okay, so testing styles in the inspector. The styles pane also allows you to edit styles directly in the browser. You can click inside of any individual selector to add a new rule or click on an existing attribute or value to alter it. When doing so, the web page responds to the changes in real time. This won't affect the source code in your text editor, but is extremely useful for quickly testing out various attributes and values without needing to reload the page over and over again. So let's try that. So I have this P tag. This is highlighted right now. So let me put a nice background to it. Let me use this background color and select line, so it becomes line. And also I can have a color property to it, so let's put it as white. Yeah, so we can, in real time, we can change these colors and background, so all this CSS properties on this element using our dev tools. Assignment, go through the following sections of the official Chrome dev tools. Also, you can dock this outside, so you can dock it on the right, on the left, or totally take it out. So you can see it on the full screen. If you want to see full screen, you can dock it out, and the entire dev tools will be separate from your browser here. So this is my DevTools and this is my browser. Go through the following sections of the official Chrome DevTools docs. So overview, don't navigate to any other page linked here. Just get familiar with what tools are available. So overview is on developer.chrome rather than how to use all of them right now. So just get a starter's insight. Open Chrome DevTools similar to what we went over above, but with some nice extras. So this is Chrome DevTools. Get started with viewing and changing the DOM. Skip through any part that uses the JavaScript console. So currently we are only interested in the CSS. So don't look at JavaScript, just go through the CSS part. We can do the JavaScript later when we enter the JavaScript section. View and change CSS. Be sure to follow along with any interactive instructions on developer Chrome. So knowledge check. How do you select a specific element on your page with your browser developer tools? So right click or using that mouse selector. What does a strike through in the CSS declaration mean in your browser's developer tools? That means that this CSS is being overridden by some other specific, another rule which has more specificity, and therefore it trumps this current rule which has a strike through. How do you change CSS in real time on specific elements of a web page with your browser's developer tool? So I showed you an example where I changed to line and text color to white. So similarly, you can also change line heights, other CSS properties, and get a hang of how this works. Additional resources. The article about how you can place CSS overview in the developer tools to check. So this is from Free Code Camp. So you can look at this article from Free Code Camp to check the colors, font styles, media queries, etc. used on a particular web page. So with that, we'll come to the end of inspecting HTML and CSS. So play around a little bit more with the DevTools, try changing different properties and see how it affects the web page. After this, we will move into the next lecture, which will be titled Block and Inline. So see you soon on the next lecture.